Welcome to Free Flow, the Caribbean's best and biggest podcast. Let's get it.
My next question, you kind of answered it already, but my next question was, do you watch your podcast? I mean, in editing, I guess so, but
Editing is kind of different
mm-hmm.
in a sense where it's almost like, because I'm feeling like you asking that question, do I consume my podcast? Yeah. So I try to, I try to with a mindset of just watching.
Viewer, right?
Yeah, kind of like viewing it to say, okay, what can I improve? So I don't even know if that's like watching it as a consumer.
No, I wouldn't consider that.
No, well, use that
You're
though.
still trying to, you're not watching it for the enjoyment, you're watching for it to see like, okay, I did this wrong here. I could have asked a better question here. I could have, done X, Y, and Z. So you're trying to get better.
Yeah. I watch my podcast to try to get better, to see where I could improve. And that really helps, by the way. Like, if you ever think of starting a podcast, like, just watching the podcast, because there are things that I do that I really hate that I do. The laughing is one of them. Like, it's like when somebody says something, or like, I don't know if it's like some habit that I developed early, like, in my past, but just laughing in situations where I feel like I shouldn't have been laughing, interrupting people while they speaking, whether that be saying or whatever, or finishing their sentence, because sometimes you have a great clip and you can't make the clip or you can't post the clip because while the person dropping some gems, you say, you just vomit some bullshit to make the person stop.
That was nowhere better than what they were about to say.
Nowhere better. But I don't really watch. I only really watch in a sense of trying to improve.
Okay. So, I mean, I would like to think you think that you're much better than you were for episode 1. Do you remember episode 1?
I remember episode 1.
Do you remember the behind the scenes and the setting up? Because that's the first time, right? The excitement is there, the nervousness is there. Let's talk about episode 1.
It was, as I said, it wasn't really nerves because I think my first episode was a friend. Was episode? I think I'm mixing up the two, but it was either Kidel or Desrel. Okay, Kidel.
I'm pretty sure it was Kidel.
No, the thing about it is, the first episode I posted wasn't the first episode I shot.
Okay, well, yeah, could answer.
So I think it was Desrel actually, because Desrel was episode number 2, but Desrel was actually the first episode I shot.
Recorded.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, it was with Desrel. Desrel made it easier for me to.
Would you say that like that made like in recording and seeing how comfortable you can get on? I could do this. I could actually do this because I'm doing it, and it's okay.
It's actually, I feel like the first time I shot, it gave me confirmation, like, okay, I can do it.
Okay.
Like, even if I'm terrible now, like, I could only get better from here. So when Desrel, he came in, obviously, it's always a hard time to find a place, so it doesn't work on Google Maps. I try Google Maps all the time, but it rarely works. He came here, we had a big argument outside about parking because
about a parking.
for him. The man parked there and the man just...
You see how?
The man couldn't understand what I was telling him to do, basically. So yeah, we parked and then he came in and then, that wasn't the set, that wasn't the original set. The set was there.
Oh yeah.
So we sat down, set up the cameras. That time I was using the camera and my phone. So set up the 2 camera angles. I had these papers, so I would type my script and I'd print it out because I was using my phone as one of the cameras.
Oh yeah, so you didn't have your phone.
So I didn't have my phone, so I had these papers, from the printer, and like I'd be shuffling through the papers.
Like it's a music thing.
But that was so unnecessary. That was so unnecessary because right now I only have one camera angle. I just kind of zoom in and crop out for the different angles. But yeah, after a while I just decided, I hate having papers in my hand while talking to people, because while I taking like you shuffling the papers around and you not all in the mic, and like sometimes the thing print wrong, so like you just print weird, so like you're kind of mixing up the questions I'm supposed to be asking. I'm like, I can just type the thing out on my phone and just be scrolling for my questions, okay, or whatever it is, because it's not really a script. It's just basic, points, basic lines of question, that kind of thing. But yeah, that's basically what it was for the first episode. Didn't really know. It was more relaxed. You know, we were speaking, we were just kind of trying to understand Israel, you know, and I was speaking to Israel, I guess, as a friend, trying to get to know a friend better, as opposed to a random guest that I didn't know. You know, so that's what episode was, just kind of catching, you know, my ground, getting what they call it, your sea legs, getting your sea legs. So yeah, that's what it was. And when I got comfortable, because my first probably 5, maybe even 10 episodes were friends, like people I knew,
Okay.
people I knew,
Okay.
you know. And
So
then
what about the I guess episode 11 or the first time you did somebody that you didn't know?
the first time I did somebody I didn't know, I was a lot more experienced in a sense of just because even if I was interviewing people I didn't know, I was treating it kind of like I was kind of practicing. So I was treating it like I didn't know them.
Okay.
And I was kind of trying to treat it like I didn't know them so that, you know, when I actually contact somebody that I don't know, I'm ready. So when I finally got to somebody that I didn't know, you know, it was good. Like there was nothing that I felt like was out of out of the way in a sense. I felt like the person was really comfortable. I don't think I've ever brought someone here that didn't seem comfortable. Like like when the episode is actually progressing and stuff, they don't get comfortable. There was one person that came there, it's a female, and I tried to make females a lot more comfortable than males, obviously, just because like you come into a guy, you come into a place you don't know, in a room, the lights have to be off. It's weird. It's weird. Like in the perspective of a female, you have to make it more comfortable. So I try to be very transparent. I try to, when I approach them, I try to send links to
Previous episodes.
previous episodes, also episodes with females, because the first female I contacted was Xenia. Big up Xenia. She kind of knew me. She knew me, you know, I'm friends with her brother, Yurik. So she know once it's Yurik friend, she can trust them. You know?
A little vetting.
Yeah, she can trust them. So she came, and then every female I contacted after that, I would send them the Xenia episodes. Just to say, like, a female has been here. If you just say, see, this is a safe space. Okay, yes. But yeah, that's really how I deal with it's not really the way I deal with people I don't know, it's not really different from the way I deal with people I know.
How do you come up with the question? Because
That's a good question.
I struggled.
Really?
But yeah, I also wanted to talk about the journey, right? So I tried to put myself in your shoes, but it didn't happen overnight. You know, I actually had to give it some time. If I get a question on the toilet, I add one.
You wanna hear about me on the toilet, that's insane. Pause. Um okay, so it may be different for you because you were kind of forced. In a sense, like you were given a topic that you were not necessarily interested in. For me, like I only bring people on that I'm interested in. So the questions are already there. Like from the time I see you, I have questions. Like you understand what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
for example,
But you're feeding your curiosity.
yeah, I'm feeding my curiosity. So like from the time I see, let's say the comedy shack fella that I had on, Scott. From the time I see it in the comedy shack, a white man from Canada, come down to St. Lucia.
All films.
Start a comedy shack. Why me come down to St. Lucia? What brought me here? How much money do you actually make? Like, what's your relationship between like here and Canada? Like, how often do you go? Like who are you? Like, what's your story? Where do you come from? Like, all these questions are already going through my mind, you know? So it's literally me. So my process is this, right? I see you. I'm very curious about you. So one time I have a note section in on my phone that any idea I have of a guest, I just write down their name. It doesn't mean I have to bring them on, doesn't mean anything, it's just a maybe for that person. And then I will obviously have questions about them. So under their name, I will just put in point form questions, question mark. Still doesn't mean I have to bring them on, but it's just question. And I'm like, the more I see them, the more interesting they look to me. I'm like, that person is actually very interesting. That person actually has a lot of depth. And then I'm like, okay, that's probably somebody I need to put some more thought into. So I create like a new notes section where where I have a template. I have a template of just the segments of the interview. So I have their name and I have this whole template of what the entire episode is supposed to look like. Because obviously my episodes have a structure.
Yes.
So,
At this point.
yeah, at this point. So, you know, you have the icebreaker. Okay, what icebreaker am I going to use with them? And my icebreaker, really and truly, I do use the same icebreaker a lot, which is dreamed in, I guess. But more often, not, I shouldn't say more often than not. The icebreaker a lot of the time depends on the guest personality. The game more often than not depends on the guest personality, but the icebreaker has become very generic. You know, just because I really like it. I feel like even if it's the same question, a lot of people give different answers. You know, so but yeah. So yeah, and I just kinda when the guest becomes really interesting to me, I'm like, okay, I already have probably 5 questions that I want to ask them. And 5 questions can be a lot, by the way.
Definitely.
5 questions can be a lot. 5 questions can last 2 hours. I've done episodes where I have about 5 questions. I only have about 5 questions lined up. Yeah.
And this is the case that, like, just in conversation, you'll just go back and forth.
Back and forth. But bro, I've gone back and forth for probably half an hour on one question. Just because the one question prompts like 20 other questions after that, you know? And then by the time and I've probably said that on camera, like a lot of the time, like I have certain guests and I only got through like 1/3 of my line of questioning just because like we speak so much and the chemistry is so good. Like, and that's the interviews I really like. The chemistry is so good. Like, I don't get a chance to get through my line of questioning. Like, I have to bring them back, or I tell them like, we have to do this again. Like, just for me to think. Obviously I haven't gotten a chance because some of my guests don't even live in St. Lucia and that kind of thing. But yeah, I have certain guests that I want to bring back just because I haven't even gotten through my line of questioning with them. So yeah.
I actually had an icebreaker plan. We know each other. We know each other really well.
Now in the middle of the episode, you're doing
I to break the ice. I want to break the ice. And it's similar to what you usually do, but it's dream podcast, yes. I want you to say their name and this is us asking.
us asking. Wow.
Oh, yes.
A few people popped into my mind. Free. I don't know if I got 2 people popped into my mind.
Immediately, right?
Yeah, immediately.
Okay.
I don't know if I'll be able to give free. But okay, so the first person that popped into my mind was, and I don't mean to sound that way, but James from Shits and Geeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why not Fuhad?
Question. I mean, that's insane. Bro, that's insane. Yeah, James from Shits and Geeks, just because I resonate with him a lot. I feel like I'm James.
Okay.
Like, yeah, like our close partner, Krivan, you know, Krivan. I feel like in Shits and Gigs, Krivan is Fuad and I'm James.
So you want to talk to yourself?
So basically, like, I just want to get to know him. Like, I just find Mate cannot be so similar to me. Like, I really want to just have a conversation. I just really want to. I'm interested in him, and obviously, I would ask about the podcast because these guys probably have, like, if not the biggest podcast in the UK, one of the biggest podcasts in the UK. So
learning experience.
yeah, it's a learning experience on top of just getting to know somebody. I feel like we could be very good friends. Yeah, James from Shits and Geeks for I think
Go.
I don't know if he'll be on camera. He can be there. He can be, you know, he can be there. Yeah.
Who's number 2?
Number two. I don't need sounds, but number 2. What's his name? What's his full name? What's my name? The what's you? Steven,
yeah. And the face. Like.
Yeah, Steven. I almost said James again. Steven. Because I dreamt I met him. For some reason. I was still doing massage. Like I still had my massage business. I had to go to him to do a massage. And then I told him I had a podcast. And he asked me if I wanted to be on his podcast.
Okay.
So that's why.
What? You know what? That is a good read. Yeah, good read. You said you would have trouble thinking of number 3. Is there anybody locally that I could probably, call up or to see this episode and be like, hey, yeah, come through.
Like a famous
Not
person?
necessarily.
Because you said like a dream person.
Dream,
Dream podcast guest.
okay, I guess this is me asking you, who do you want on your podcast? Hey, locally, St. Lucia, and let's see if we can make it up. Y'all can make it up.
Solution or Caribbean?
Caribbean. I think that's slow. Don't tell me Rihanna, please.
Honestly, honestly, no. It's not the one, but you know,
I mean, you're not interested in makeup and these things. So
honestly,
Yeah.
Cayman 6.
For context, this he really pretty
This is truly mad.
So do I.
Honestly, I want to have him on.
You know,
I really, really, really love to have that man on. I would really love to have him on. I think, yeah.
what is it you want to learn about, like the music making process?
I love this guy's music. I love him on flow. Like he's like a poet, yo. Like I just love the music, bro. It's really, really good music. And I always say now is the reincarnation of Key Lion. So, yeah, but yeah, I really love his music. I find him man just bad, So yeah, just how he started, where he come from, just his story. That one just going to more be about his story, and then just what's his process, what goes through his mind, like just that kind of thing. Just honestly getting to know him, yeah.
A little one to unreleased songs. You know what I mean?
Bro, yeah. But yeah, I'd really love to have that one on. In St. Lucia, Reno.
Oh, yeah, I feel like that would make for a good episode.
Yeah, Reno.
Because again, there's Reno the brand,
Yeah.
there's Reno the company,
Reno the man.
Reno the individual who actually build this shit from the ground up.
Yeah. Another one.
You see, you just tell me you don't know. I love this. I'm loving this though. I'm loving it.
Another one I'd love to have on. I should I say that on camera? Okay, I want to just have it on.
As a surprise.
I don't want to say that.
Okay.
I'll just have him.
When you haven't, remember to tell.
I'll repeat it. So I'll put a clip of us talking about it. Look him. I only give you a line, a mail.
Wow. Yeah, but yeah, that's so. Just going back to like the beginning of it all, because I feel like you could inspire people to not necessarily do this, but to do what they want to do in life. You know what I mean? Because I feel like this was a little faith, in the sense of, hey, I want to do something that's fulfilling me, and like you said, you're being fulfilled. So, what can you do on the Kiva?
This is going to be hard. This is going to be hard.
This is going to be hard, full stop, or this is going to be hard, comma. You got this, Mel?
Honestly, I don't know if I've been in this long enough to be able to tell myself something
Meaningful.
I feel like the only thing I can really tell myself at the beginning is, I guess, little tips on how to make this easier. What are the time wasters? Who to not have one? That kind of thing. But yeah, I don't think I'm at the point yet where I can tell myself something that would mean anything to me, because like I'm basically still at the beginning, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not even there yet. So it's like, yeah, I'm still at the beginning. I'm probably a mile away from the starting line, but I'm still, if the mile is 20,000 miles, then I'm basically at the beginning, So yeah, I don't know that I'll be able to tell myself anything that's worthwhile. I'm still at the point where we started this and we're not going to stop. So that was the mindset at the beginning. That's still the mindset now. So
Okay.
yeah.
So I mean, then I would just change the question to ask, like, anybody that wants to do something meaningful, what advice do you have for them? Because you're doing it.
Do it.
Just do it.
Do it. Do not wait. Don't look back. Don't give yourself excuses. Don't put too much thought into it. Just do it. Because especially a pessimistic person, somebody will give themselves every excuse why it shouldn't happen or why it couldn't happen. Like, bro, there's a million reasons why this is going to fail. There's a million reasons why it's not going to happen. But that's only if you put your energy into it. There's also a million reasons why it could happen. So anybody that wants to do something that they're passionate about, and it's not necessarily something that would make money for you. Let's stop thinking about passion in the context of money. Let's just think about passion. Let's just think about giving the world something that wasn't there before. And I feel
I
like,
like that.
yeah, I feel like in thinking about it that way, just execute. Even if you're just giving it 20 minutes every day, for me, I'm trying to, uh, from time I put an hour in this every day, an hour of focused work, I'm good. So give your dream an hour every day. You're working a 9 to 5, you're giving them 8 hours of your life every day. What does your 5 to 9 look like? So yeah, just execute, put thought into your dream. I mean, this life wasn't to just work for somebody until it's 65 and then die. That's not what this life was about. This life was to become the ultimate version of yourself. And that's in pursuing passion, pursuing dreams, seeing what that ultimate version of you looks like. So yeah, execute, do what you have to do. If you feel like you want to do something, do it. Just do it. Nike.
Looking for something like that? I'll tip right there. Yes, definitely. Bang night. So this is, I would like to think it's going to be on the internet for a long time.
Yeah, man, as long as the internet exists.
What legacy are you trying to leave behind? Your kids might watch this. Our kids might watch this. What legacy are you trying to leave behind? What should this podcast be known for?
I would say permission.
Permission.
Yeah, I'll say permission. If you say my kids,
Mm-hmm.
I would say giving my kids permission to be able to pursue what lights their soul on fire, to sound cliche a bit. Like just giving them permission to be artists in their own right, to be creatives, to be creators. And I'm not talking about you have to make content or you have to be artsy, to do something of meaning. This is meaningful to me in a sense that this will help somebody. This will, again, give somebody permission to start something. This will give somebody advice as to starting from where they are, getting to where they want to be. This is what I mean by permission. Permission in all senses with whoever's watching this. I just want to be able to make people feel like they can. Whatever it is they want to do, they can. And that's why I have such a diverse set of people coming on, because I want this to be able to help somebody in any facet of their life. To be able to, if you're stressed, you will watch this. If you want to be entertained, you will watch this. If you want to learn, you will watch this. If you want to become whatever you want to become, you will watch this. There's something here for everybody. Whether that be entertainment, knowledge, focus, permission, encouragement, motivation, whatever it may be. And I know you kind of, I don't know, but because I'm not a pro, but people say you have to kind of focus on what you want the topic to be and that kind of thing. But I feel like my focus is diversity. As much as, people say you have to focus, like I kind of, that's the point of this. The point of this is to teach and to just help people and to give people permission. So yeah, that's what I kind of want to leave behind. Anybody that comes across this can just watch that and feel like, yeah, boy. Even if they do like a video doesn't help them, they can see like a man attempting from zero just to create something that he would be able to sit back and watch and be proud of. And this was my vision. When I get to, oh, where this ends, I don't know where this ends, but when I get to that point, this was my vision. This is how I started, and I created the vision to the best of my ability. This is what it is. Yeah.
It's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah, man.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Now I want to focus on the future. Now we've been talking a lot about the past. I want to know what's in store. What are you cooking up? What's in the next year? We almost a year into this,
In the next year, we have so many vision, so much in the pipeline, you know. In the future, better games, better quality of guests. You know, my guests are good. My guests are good people, you know, but I guess just in the growth phase when you become more famous, just being able to get more famous people, you know, not saying that my guests are bad quality, but just saying that, you know, you get people that the world knows, you know, better quality in terms of audio, better quality in terms of video, camera angles, the set. You know, like again, I want this is going to be the Caribbean's best and biggest podcast, you know. So when you're watching this, you'll be watching this the same way you're watching Shits and Gigs. You'll be watching this the same way you watch Diary of a CEO, you know. The Caribbean has a few million people, you know, so yeah, like we can grow this into something that makes sense. It is a Caribbean podcast, and I purposely made it that way, not because I'm aiming low in a sense, but I don't know any big Caribbean podcasts. You know, maybe I'm missing out, maybe I'm not, you know, but I don't know any Caribbean podcast that in the top 20 in the world, top 10, top 20 in the world, you know. So yeah, that's what I trying to do. Yeah, for the future, you know, just imagine this in the next year, imagine this but 10 times better.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 times better in terms of guests, in terms of quality of camera angles, camera quality, audio quality, question quality, everything just better. And it's something that I'm actively working on every day. Like I got a gift from my friend, and that's a gift I value so much. I don't even know if he knows how much I value that. And sadly, unfortunately, we shot an episode together and I lost the episode. And in the episode, he told me that he would get me the gift, and he got me the gift, but off camera. And basically, we were speaking about repetition and iterations, and we were speaking about the goal is not doing something 10,000 times, it's doing 10,000 iterations of it. You know, if you do something 10,000 times, you likely doing the wrong thing 10,000 times, you know. 10,000 iterations means you making a small change to be better every time. And he's like, okay, I'm going to get you a tally. So every time you do an iteration, you're going to
Yes.
press the thing and it's going to go. Yeah, bro, and he got me a tally, you know, and the tally goes up to 9,999, you know, so
10,000.
yeah, so when I get to the 10,000 at the very least, I know I'm a master. Even if, you know, I will be a master, and I am so far from 10,000. You know, I'm on episode probably 40 right now, I think, if I'm not mistaken, and I've probably done 57 iterations, something like
So you actively use it.
I'm actively, and the iteration is not necessarily an episode. An iteration is doing a reel differently, doing a caption differently, doing a camera angle differently, doing a line of questioning differently. You know, anything that I do differently that I can show to an audience, this is an iteration because I'm doing a different version of what I'm already doing. You know, so yeah, so that's what it is. That's what we were talking about. But yeah, so again, just going back, I kind of lost my train of thought. But going back, yeah, is just doing everything better. That's for the future, everything, but 10 times better.
I'm looking forward to see it. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. Day one, episode 4940. There's gonna be 100. It's gonna be 1,000. You see 1,000 episodes?
Yeah, man.
That's doable.
As long as, bro, as long as I'm able, yeah, I see 1,000 episodes. As long as I'm,
Ambitious, you know.
you know,
Yes, I
as long as I'm able, because it's not even about willing. I see 1,000 episodes, and yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. Okay. Let's just talk about equipment and what you had to get or what you want to improve on. Somebody wants to start a podcast. What do they need?
To start a podcast, you don't really need much. In terms of equipment, what you really need is a mic, a good mic, a computer to edit. If you want to do a video podcast, it's a little bit more expensive, a little bit more complex. But again, you just need a mic, a good mic, you know, extra mic if you have a guest. Sometimes people share mics, you know, but it's very, that's a headache. But yeah, mic, computer, if you're doing video or camera, and an editing software. That's really all you need. to start a podcast. You don't need, for me, I tried to get like everything before I started. So I got like a light, I got the camera, I got couple tripods, you know, that kind of thing. I got a mic, well, you know, 4 mics. You know, I got a lot more than I needed. You know, and I also didn't have the knowledge. I didn't have somebody advise me, so I spent a lot of unnecessary money.
Okay.
You know, because I got some equipment that I didn't really need. I got like a mic arm because I wanted to attach a mic. When I got the arm couldn't fit on the table, so like I just wasted my money on a mic arm, but I give it away to a friend. So, you know,
It's longer ways.
everything happens for a reason, you know. But yeah, all you really need to start a podcast, you need an idea, you need a mic and a camera.
Is that the same thing for content creation? Because I also see that's content creation, right? So in creating content now, like, did you creating content?
The thing is, you told me to start.
Hmm.
To start a podcast, you don't need much. To do content, you don't need much. You don't need much. To do it well is different. To do it well is different. I mean, you know, the editing software helps. What you using helps. You know, the nice equipment helps. But I think everything comes from the idea that you have. I think the real quality comes from the idea and the authenticity of it all and that kind of thing. I think that's where the the real gold is, you know? And obviously just using the right techniques, the research and all that kind of thing. But yeah. To start, yeah, that's all you really need. A camera. Like bro, right now, you could literally edit great quality videos on your phone.
Yeah.
Edit.
But you edit on a computer.
I edit on a computer, but like if you go to like my Instagram right now, you know, I do like couple of reels, like reflection kind of reels on my Instagram. All these edits that I do is on my phone.
Okay. I would never go.
Yeah, on my phone. Captions, the captions, the cuts, the filter, like the warm kind of look I give it or cool kind of look. All of that is done. My phone is on the edit app. It's like, bro, it's really, really, really easy. Really easy.
Okay.
Yeah. So right now, like it's easier than ever to create content in terms of just the creation of it, like the literal physical creation of it. It's easier than ever. Yeah, but in terms of the actual creative part, that's the kind of hard part.
What's happening with the personal page, right? I saw 2 amazing reels. I was taking them back. I was like, man, look at my bro. What's happening? I want to see. I hope the podcast is the podcast,
Boy,
but I also consider you a content creator. Where's the personal content now? What's happening?
Casa, it's been a while since I posted. I haven't, we're in February going to March, and I haven't posted since last year, probably November or something like that. That's a couple of months. It's kind of on hold in a sense, just because it's not that I want to, it's involuntary hold, just because the podcast is a lot. And I was drowning while doing the podcast and making my personal page, the content for my personal page. I did say in my first video that I don't know how often that this is going to happen. I did say that. However, I still tried to have some level of consistency, just because in everything you do need to have some level of consistency.
Yeah.
So I feel like I need to kind of rethink it in terms of, even if it's once a month I post in a video, or once every 2 months I post in a video, have some level of consistency, you know. But yeah, it's just a lot. That's not giving any excuse for myself. It's just a lot. Like just doing the podcast and just life, bro. You have work, you have this podcast, which is already a full-time job and everything. It's just a lot to do. And the podcast is what I made the commitment to. You know, it's what I said I will not stop. It's what I said I would deliver every Sunday, give an episode every Sunday. So the other personal brand, personal page is what's going to suffer if something has to suffer. And that's just what's been happening. Yeah.
Okay. So essentially balance, right? You're trying to find balance between the podcast, personal life, and stuff like that. So what do you do to like decompress to when the lights are off and the camera is off and you're done, an episode is finished, it's edited, like what brings
That's a very good question.
joy?
That's a very good question because I have trouble doing that.
Okay.
I don't That's the problem. I don't I don't decompress, and it's very bad. It's very bad. Mr. Beast said something in an interview with, I think it was Steven in Diary of a CEO, and he said if my mental health was something that I took into consideration, I wouldn't be at this level. And I feel like that's the point I'm at right now. It's like, and it's not like a voluntary thing. It's just that I'm so obsessed with this that I don't take my mental health into consideration. And it's something that I've consciously been trying to put more to the forefront of my mind. Just being able to relax, because you feel it. You feel it. I mean, after almost a year of doing this without a break, without a rest, I'm starting to feel it. You know, I'm starting to feel tired all the time. I'm starting to feel tired even when I sleep for hours. I'm waking up tired. I'm dragging myself through episodes, dragging myself through something that I'm supposed to be enjoying. You know, feeling like I don't really want to do this anymore, and knowing that I want to, but feeling like I don't want to do this. You know, so yeah, and it's because I feel like it's because I'm not resting. It's because I'm not just resting, not physically but mentally. You know, so I've been saying, like, you know, every Friday now for probably the past 2-3 weeks, I work still. I work for like maybe an hour, 2 hours, but when I'm done, I play game. You know, I'm a gamer. I just play game. I play game until like 2 o'clock in the morning. I play game until I'm tired and I can't take it again, but it rests my mind. I feel like I don't need to focus on work. I don't need to focus on like content or I'm bringing on, whatever. I'm just relaxing, playing game, not thinking about anything else. You know, so, and that's been happening for probably the past 2 weeks or so. Like,
Is it working? Do you...
I feel like it is. I feel like it is, but it's still just a lot. It's still just a lot. This is a lot. So like, and I feel like an added stress is that I don't know if I'm doing this right. So I'm going through this literally not being able to see a foot in front of me, you know? So I'm doing this. So there's just always this worry on the back of your mind. Am I doing this right? Like, am I going to, be successful? That's why, like, I really, if I could just get one wish of something for this podcast, is a successful mentor, like somebody that is successful in podcasting, that can not give me any handouts, not tell me, not, give me any special treatment, just tell me, this is what you need to do. These are the time wasters. And I'm able to just listen to you and execute, okay, and know that I'm doing this right. You know, this would be my wish for this podcast, to get a mentor that's successful in podcasting. But yeah, in terms of decompressing, I've been trying more and more to just take time for myself. And for me right now, that's just playing games, playing game. I I've been wanting to play God of War Ragnarok for years now, and I finally bought the game. Okay, it came out on PC. It wasn't on PC. It came out on PC, I think, last year, November. So I bought it last year, November, and I haven't played it until this month, just because I've been working. So I was like, okay, I need to get a backlog of 10 people, of 10 videos, edited and stuff, and I can take like a week off of not working. I'm like, bro, that's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. You know, so I say, okay, instead of doing that, let me just say every Friday, I'm just going to play game. I'm not going to figure out anything else. What needs to be done is going to be done on Saturday, okay, or Thursday, right? But Friday, after work, after everything is done, I'll do 1-2 hours of work, and then yeah, that's it for me. So that's how I decompress right now.
It sounds like it's difficult that because it's a one-man show, everything rides on you, right?
Yeah.
If you don't do what you have to do, nothing happens. There is no episode, there's no upload, there's no content. If you had to bring on somebody to work with you on this, what would you have them do?
That's a very good question, because there's so much to do.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
There's so much to do. I feel like the hardest part for me in terms of everything that I do for this is the content creation, in terms of reels and stuff. So I feel like the first person that I would do is like a content creator / production person. So I'd have to think about the videography, the making of the content and the posting of the content, that kind of thing. I think that would take probably half of the work off my plate. Half. Yeah. I think that would take, because it takes time. It takes time and effort.
Imagine
Yeah.
to splice and to
Yeah.
cut and to actually get.
Like, it takes me probably 10, 15 minutes maybe to make a reel.
Okay.
You know, it's not bad, but when you have to like constantly do it, and just in addition to everything else, that's what makes it a lot. You know, if that was the only thing I was doing, bro, like I would not have a problem with that. But it's like I have to do that in addition to doing the research, making the questions, shooting the episode, doing the long form, you know, getting the people on, having the people on, keep following them, because some guests are slippery, bro. Like you have to be on these people. So, you know, just doing all that in addition to having to sit down there making content all the time. Yeah, so I think if I had to have somebody on right now, like to bring somebody on to help me with just the workload, I think the first person I would bring on is somebody to help with production and content. Production/content, but mainly content.
The mainly content.
Yeah,
right?
mainly
Just
content.
somebody to edit.
Yeah,
push
somebody to
it,
edit,
or-
edit and post. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to do with that. Because I always say, like, bro, I didn't start this to become a video editor.
That is true.
I'm not interested in video editing. I have to be interested for the sake of this, but bro, I didn't start this to become a video editor. So yeah, I do not want to edit my videos. I do not want to, you know, create the hooks for the reels. And, you know, I have to do the research to say, okay, that's a good hook. Okay, that's what's in style right now in terms of visuals and that kind of thing. But bro, if I had somebody do that for me, yeah. I started this so I could sit down here in front of the camera and talk to people. So this is the only thing I want to do.
Yeah. Okay.
I just want to make the questions and talk to people. That's what I want to do.
I'm kind of curious how being in this position, because it's unique, right? Like I said, I don't know any podcasters. When I think of a Caribbean podcast, nothing comes to mind other than this, right? So, how has it changed your identity? Do you look at yourself differently now? Are you Nurkeever podcaster, or is there more? Do you carry that title with you as well?
Yeah. I feel like that's my identity. Like if somebody has to say, what do I do? I would say I'm a podcaster.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say, yeah, I do content. I'm a podcaster. Yeah, the identity definitely changed. Definitely. Yeah. I would say the identity definitely changed. I would say I'm a podcaster. First and foremost.
So you're going, I guess you went from massage therapist
Yeah.
to podcast. So you have an insane resume. You have an insane resume. Let me tell you, how do you explain the gaps? You don't need to.
If somebody have to just watch my life, like from the beginning of when I started working, like my first job, kind of part time. I started working like at Safa on a cruise ship with Cox and Company. Like we used to go on the cruise ship and help people with their luggage. So we used to drive from. So I started with that. I'm going to bro. Then obviously I did accounts at Safa, going into accounting. So that's what I was going to do, accounting. Didn't do accounting. When I realized what accounting was, I was like, nope. I don't do that. Nope, not for me. Went into that, then was working like customer service for a while, did couple customer service jobs. Then I took like a 360, not 360, a 180 into massage, have a massage business. Then I somewhat in processing analytics kind of thing, and it's weird. Like if somebody has to watch my life for true, like it's weird. And now podcasting.
What size?
Podcasting, eh?
Podcasting is where.
Yeah, podcasting is where it is. Like, yeah, as I say, that's the first thing I've committed to, bro. Yeah, podcasting is not just what's next, is where it is. It's where it is right now.
Where you want to be.
Yeah, where I want to be, where I need to be. Yeah. And if anything, from podcasting, we're going to branch out into certain things, but podcasting is like the main thing.
What ideas do you have in branching out? Do you see less interview style podcasts? You know, something with about 3 people, or even maybe sketch comedy. skits.
Nah, I'm not a skit person. I'm not a skit person. I don't think I'll do skits. When I say branch out, I mean like branch out into like different business areas, like not podcasting per se, not branching out in the podcasting field, but
But just in business.
in business, yeah. So, when they start to make like serious money, that kind of thing, like just being able to think about doing other business endeavors that I'm interested in also, because I have other things I'm interested in. It's just that you have to focus. You have
Yeah,
to be
one
able,
thing I think that
you
makes
have to
sense,
be able to
right?
focus. If you spread yourself too thin, then what's the point? It's best you just don't do anything. So yeah, but in terms of podcasting, like in the podcasting space, I do want to branch out. Like in terms of the types of episodes that I do, like, yeah, I do have ideas in the pipeline. I don't want to put it out there
Coming soon.
yet. Coming soon, coming soon. I do have some really interesting ideas that I want to bring into existence. But again, it's funding, bro.
Yeah.
Funding, like,
That begs the next question I have for you. It might be a little personal, but I'm genuinely curious. Have you made any money from this?
not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Sponsors needed.
And my mannequins and sponsors needed, I've had sponsors, more barter agreements. Well, I've had one sponsor, I've had little conversations about people in, big companies that are watching here, they're watching and stuff. Their number one concern, but not recommendation. I would say concern, let's say concern for lack of a better word, is that I need to grow more.
Okay.
They just want to see me grow more, and they would be interested in doing something with me. But yeah, that in terms of sponsorship, that's where I'm at. That's why I'm just kind of trying to grow my following right now. But yeah, the reason why a lot hasn't happened yet is just because of funding, bro. I want to have a new set. I want to have a new studio, a studio where I could do where I have a big enough space to have more than one set.
Okay.
Where I can do
Different things. So a set for whatever type of episode that you
probably have a Patreon, probably, do all that. I've honestly been thinking about starting a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been thinking about it. I don't know how much sense it makes.
I mean, people usually use GoFundMe for like medical stuff, like at least from what I see, or like school or something like that. But I feel like people would definitely
Yeah, but I feel like, well, I don't know. Like for like seriously, like GoFundMe, these medical things alone, I really see people do GoFundMe for. But I feel like if you have an idea and you have people that either want to support you or entertain or enjoy the product that you're giving them, I feel like they should be given an opportunity to help you bring this into existence, help you expand on that, help you get better. And like I wouldn't judge somebody if they start a GoFundMe for that. Maybe I'm biased because like, what do we need the money, Rex? But yeah, like I feel like that makes sense though. I mean that's what people do anyway when they develop Patreon and all that kind of thing, like
startups and stuff.
Yeah, funding grants,
Planning to
to make it better. So yeah, I've honestly been thinking about doing that. I don't know if it will be a GoFundMe, could be something else. But yeah, I want to start something where I could receive funding just to make this better, bro. Because any money I make from this anyway is going to go back into it. So yeah.
Okay. My final question for you, and I think that's the most important question of it all. Is mommy proud?
Bro, I think mommy has been proud.
Yeah.
I think mommy has been proud. Big upness. Fun fact, guys. I'm probably going to say that to every body I meet. I've known this guy for a while, right?
I think
15, probably about 15 years.
I think 15 years.
I probably found that out 2-3 years ago. My mother's name is Nurkeever Paul, and this guy's mother's name is Nurkeever Paul.
The difference is 2 letters. The M, because it's NU, right?
Yeah.
And ME.
Okay, yeah. So the literally 2 letters. That is since I don't know how people don't freak out more when I tell them that, because I freak out every time.
The way I found out was crazy because his mom came to me. I was working as a receptionist at the time, and she gives me information. I'm like, mommy? Like, I'm looking at this. I'm like, yo, there's ain't no way this damn near my mother started in front of me. And Don't look him, nothing like me. Then I'm like, I knew the name, I knew it was his mom's name, but I'd have never met his mom. So I'm like, are you like Nurkeever's mom? She was like, yeah. I was like, fun fact. I know have to share it. I'm like, yeah, my mother is whatever, whatever. But yeah, that's freaky.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
freaky.
So yeah, fun fact. But yeah, I think she's proud. I think, and she's let me know that on more than one occasion that she is. Thank God, because I don't know. Like I feel like I feel like now that I've been an added weight, if I feel like my mother just think I'm a waste man.
Is it like podcast I'm going to do? Oh,
Stop that. Put that off. What?
yeah,
God, yeah. Oh, God knows something that make it sense of your life. Like like my mother or my parents or just the people that surround me believing in me and kind of not judging me. Even if they look, don't believe in me, but they encourage me and like they don't judge me, they don't put me down. Like that means the world to me. Like just you don't have to give me money, you don't have to actively be on my back saying, wow boy, like good job and thing, but just being around me, just asking me questions, boy, how the podcast going and different thing. Like, it shows
more
that
than my concern.
yeah,
curiosity,
interest in what I doing and not like me thought me doing that ego do anything that ego make it anywhere. It really it means a lot to me that the people around me actually support me. So yeah, mommy's proud. Mommy's proud. Yeah, man. But yeah, guys, yeah, this is the episode.
This is the episode, I guess. Keeper Griffith.
Yeah, but this is the episode, something a little bit different, just to kind of get to know me better. I got this idea. I don't know if it'll score. I don't know if it's something that was needed, something y'all wanted, because y'all know the face, y'all already know the guy, behind this podcast. So this is me. This is my journey so far, and yeah, Nurkeever Griffith.
Free flow. The greatest podcast in the Caribbean.
The Caribbean's best and biggest podcast. Let's say it on free. The Caribbean on free.
1, 2, 3. The Caribbean's best and biggest podcast.